Well, turns out Derek Sloan was absolutely right when he asked the question, is Dr. Teresa Tam working for Canada or China? The answer was China, or the World Health Organization, also known as China. So, because of an access to information request acquired by Rebel News, we now have government documents showing that Dr. Tam had basically signed a loyalty pledge to agree to keep the World Health Organization secrets. Now, this is not that bad if she's an independent contractor, but because she's been declared the dictator, the supreme leader of Canada, and given emergency powers, do you think it is noteworthy that she signed an agreement with the World Health Organization to keep their secrets from Canada? And this would be not as big a deal if the World Health Organization wasn't completely compromised by China, and obviously compromised by China. Now, you can look at the original Rebel News video done by Ezra Levant, great work. If the CBC or the monitors watching, what he did there is, it's called journalism, where it's an ancient concept, too hard to explain if you work for the CBC. Anyways, good work there in the journalism. Now, what we know of the World Health Organization is it is completely compromised by China. We have the infamous January tweet where they had no evidence of human-to-human transmission of the coronavirus, right? And then we had a meeting about a year ago where the Americans wanted to declare this thing a pandemic, and the Chinese didn't. And then they had advisors at the WHO sort of working to push their narrative, right? And Western countries voted with them to avoid declaring this a pandemic and taking measures. Now, there's a lot of different things we could talk about with China, like the lab leak hypothesis with big tech is trying to scrub from the web. Now, whether this came from a lab or someone just eating a bat, now the bat is a story we have to believe, although there's almost no evidence for that now, and there's lots of evidence for it being created in a lab. Let's throw that aside for a second. What we do know is, after the virus became part of the population, once it was spreading through Wuhan, the Chinese specifically used it as a means of biological warfare and economic warfare. What I mean by this is they allowed people to exit Wuhan, right? They wanted the virus to go into Hong Kong so they could shut down the protests in Hong Kong, at least as a matter of domestic policy. You saw the same thing in Iran, where they were sending people to the Wuhan province to get the virus, then bringing them back into Iran so then they could spread the virus around their country, which one of the original hotspots is Iran, because they wanted it there so they could shut down the protests on their streets. Now, the Chinese also used the virus, right, to propagate a global pandemic because they knew that we'd all shut down our economies at the request of the WHO, which was China, which is Dr. Teresa Tam. And now Dr. Teresa Tam has been given unlimited power. And how many times has she been caught lying to us? She has signed an agreement to keep the World Health Organization's secrets, right? The World Health Organization would not recognize Taiwan, right? Basically shut down an interview, walked away when they asked about Taiwan, and like, yes, we already talked about China. Does Derek Sloan get an apology from the Liberal caucus, from the NDP, from the media party? No. And where the hell is the rest of the media reporting on this? Do you not think this is, like, even if you are a triple masker, you're watching, you're in home, no one else is around you, you're watching this video because you've been red-pilled or something, and you have 3 masks on, 4 masks, 5 masks, unlimited masks. You have a whole box of masks all over your face, and you're still watching this show. Do you not think that there is some danger of the doctor who's going to bravely guide us through this pandemic has signed an agreement to keep secrets from the Canadian public to an organization which has been compromised by the Chinese? Do you not see the danger there? No, this is racist to criticize China. It's racist. They're committing a genocide against their Muslim population. Is that racist? Islamophobic? Can we talk about this? Derek Sloan asked this question because Derek Sloan put 2 and 2 together early on. Early on, Dr. Teresa Tam was directly parroting World Health Organization propaganda when we knew the World Health Organization was compromised by China, and when we knew what the World Health Organization was saying was not true. And he asked this question, and they freaked out on him. Right? And I said at the time, okay, if we're going to say that if it's racist to criticize anything from China, I challenged everyone to say, okay, this was like last April, whatever. China has said that they've capped at 83,000 cases. There's been no new cases in China, according to China and the World Health Organization, for the last 3 months. Do you believe that? Do you believe that China had solved the coronavirus a year ago? And if you don't believe that, then you agree with Derek Sloan that Dr. Teresa Tam was pushing Chinese propaganda. And if Dr. Teresa Tam is pushing Chinese propaganda while given supreme authority over Canada, is it not relevant to ask the question where her loyalties lie? She signed a pledge, and it's quite clear her loyalties lied with the WHO and China. Now, I get it. It's very difficult because she's of Asian background, and we don't want to be racist, and that's a good impulse. No one wants to be racist. But this woman has been given supreme authority. She is our Caesar, the dictator. And she has loyalties to an organization which pushed disinformation and propaganda. The initial, pandemic response was based off WHO data, and that's how we were modeling. We were saying, must respect the models. Oh, the models, the models. Oh, praise be to the models. Mahal the models. Okay, now that I've said my prayer, to the models. Did it not matter that the initial data we were using to form these models was obvious lies from the WHO? Like, we weren't getting accurate data on how this thing spread because the Chinese were obviously lying to us. They had said 0 over months. Yes, 83,000 that it capped. Then we had the media. Oh, the America has the most coronavirus. Trump! No, China obviously had more. Just they were lying. America was the biggest country that didn't lie through its teeth to you. You gullible, gullible idiots. Idiots. You anti-Canadian, gullible idiots. That's what CBC now stands for. Because spelling is a social construct. So are acronyms. So yeah, Dr. Teresa Tam should be fired. Probably tried for treason and lying. I would try her for treason these days. Like, again, I've been pretty level-headed. I've not pushed this. But no, I think tried for treason is an acceptable response to Dr. Teresa Tam, who is a Chinese operative who has consistently lied to Canadians and has been given supreme authority. What the hell is this country coming to? This is video number 1 of the day. Video number 2, coming out in another hour or so, will be about bombs in Syria. So this one will make everyone happy on my page. The other video will probably make everyone across the political aisle unhappy, but you know what? Gotta stay morally and intellectually consistent. See you then.